Good day. Welcome to State of the Matters, where we break down the issues that matters most. I'm Chidera Esum. Let's get started. Wike visits APC National Chairman as Fubara's fate remains uncertain. APC disqualifies 65 aspirants in Rivers over bribery and fake documents. Atiku attacks NDC over zoning of presidential ticket to the south. Let's go on a quick break. When we return, we'll dive into the discussion. Welcome back. Joining us now is our in-house analyst, Vincent Okoro. Vincent Okoro, good to have you join us in our studio.
Chidera, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be in the studio with you. And I cannot wait to get started, of course.
And as our political analyst, hope you are really prepared for our viewers.
Of course, we always try to do our best because the political atmosphere is tense out there, and we have a duty to keep our viewers informed.
Okay, so moving to the political discussion that we have, Wike visit to the National APC chairman concerning Fubara's uncertain for the 2027 election. So what does the Wike's visit to APC chairman mean to Rivers State?
Wike is the political leader, let me say undisputed political leader of Rivers State. And then whatever step he takes in the political arena is always a concern, not just to Rivers people, but Nigeria at large. Now, just within this period that we see a lot of electioneering activities going on, candidates being screened after picking up nomination forms, and then Wike visiting the national chairman, not anyhow person, but the national chairman in this case. Of course, it will always generate reaction among members of the public. You know how politics is. Politics is a game of interest. Politics is about alliances. Politics is about lobbying. Politics is about trying to see how stakeholders can be on your side. So you will ordinarily insinuate that Wike visiting the national chairman is about how his interests can be propagated and how his interests can be protected. Now, Wike is one of the most influential persons as far as our political space is concerned right now. But we all know that he is yet to come out to tell us that he is yet to tell us that he has left the PDP, despite all the crises that have been bedeviling his PDP, and even now that the Board of Trustees seems to have sidelined its own faction as far as the scheme of things in the PDP is concerned. Now, in visiting APC national chairman at this time, it throws a lot of questions. For example, is he preparing to formally leave the PDP to the APC? I think that's a valid question in the minds of the public right now. Or is it the issue of now? Is it the issue of the nomination and screening that has just been concluded, both at the state and national level? Of course, that is equally another question. Then on top of the pie should be the issue of the current governor of Rivers State, who went for screening, and then the screening did not go according to what the public expects. He went in and came out within a very short time. Interviews were not granted, and up to now, the list of those who succeeded in the screening is yet to be made public by those that screened them. So all these things, when you now put all this side by side with the visit of a Wike within this tense political atmosphere in Nigeria, then it actually raises a lot of questions.
But will you say that Fubara is gradually losing political support in Rivers State with Wike's visit?
Well, yes. If you say that, you can, you can be correct, to have such a situation. Now, Wike, over time, has made us to understand that he is not going to support him and his followers, or him and his loyalists are not going to support the current governor due to their political difference, or due to the difference they have had over time during in the past 3 years plus. Now, if you now look at that, the fact that Wike have come out to tell us that he is not supporting the incumbent governor, then him now going to the party where the governor picked from and he has been screened as his followers want us to believe, then you will expect that you expect that his fortunes will only go down if his SY godfather begin to have interloping or meetings as it is now with those in APC where the governor is. So with that, to me, it's another chapter of challenge as far the aspiration of the governor is concerned towards 2027.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, Mbufe. Still in Rivers State and politics, APC in Rivers State disqualified 65 aspirants from e-screening processes over allegations of fake documents and bribery. So now, as an analyst, could this allegation weaken public trust in the party screening process?
You are talking about the over 90 aspirants that were screened, by the screening committee in Port Harcourt. Now, the outcome of that particular screening went in two ways, to the left and to the right. Now, to the left, in the sense that about 60-something of them were not successful as they want us to believe, while 33 were successful in the screening. Now, to the left and right, in the sense that all those that were not successful as they want us to know are all members, are all party members loyal to the governor, Saint Fubara, while the 33 that were successful are loyal to the FCT minister. Now, we are hearing about bribery allegation because, of course, the screening committee make us understand that one of the 63 members that were not successful in the screening tried to bribe them by handing them envelope, possibly containing physical cash. Though they are yet to tell us who the person is, and then they are also yet to tell us, provide evidence if actually what they are telling us is factual. Now, and this particular person, as I said earlier, is in the faction of the governor, while the 33 that were screened successfully are on the side of the FCT minister. So heading to 2027, we are simply seeing a situation where, I don't want to insinuate that there are plans somewhere to see that a particular faction skate through, while others simply goes on with nothing, without providing a level playground. So I don't want to believe that it is sentiment that is, coming to play here. So until we see the report and the reasons why these aspirants were screened out, we cannot actually have for sure the reason why they were not successful in the screening.
Thank you, Vincent. But with the allegations placed on the APCs in Rivers State, could they reduce their chances of winning the elections?
Of course, we are talking about election is about public trust, because at the end of the day, it is voters that will decide who is going to succeed in the election and who is not going to succeed, who is going to go with empty hand. So now when you are coming up with this kind of allegation, without even evidence being provided, the public will begin to see that there is no smoke without fire. So ordinarily, if such allegation is being levied on someone's head, some people may not want to take chances. People may not want to take chances of such candidates. So they may likely begin to tilt towards candidates that don't have any insinuation of skeleton in their cupboard, as against these people that we are saying that paper qualification they don't have, and they are attempting to bribe their way through. So it will definitely affect their chances heading towards 2027.
Time for a short break. Still ahead. Atiku attacks NDC over zoning of presidential ticket to the south. This and more when we return. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Still on the show, State of the Matter. Atiku attacks NDC over zoning presidential ticket to the south. To our analysis, Vincent Okoro, why is Atiku opposing the decision to zone the ticket to the south?
Of course, what else will you expect from a character like Atiku Abubakar, with due respect to him? Now, Atiku is coming out for the presidential race under the umbrella of the ADC, which ordinarily is one of the reasons why Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, in company of Peter Obi, decided to leave that particular ship and sail over to the NDC. Now, Atiku is looking at a situation where the North will be pitched against the South. Then, if you look at the antecedents of Atiku, then you begin to see a man that more or less speaks from the two sides of his mouth. Now, there are times that we are talking about zoning. We are talking about zoning Today he is for zoning, tomorrow is not for zoning. Now, what exactly does Atiku want? Now, we are talking about a party that he is not even a member. Atiku is not a member of the NDC. He can just for once focus on his own political party. Now, NDC, as a party which Atiku is not a part of, decided to zone ticket, their presidential ticket, to the south for reasons best known to them. As Atiku gone to meet the leadership of NDC for him to know the reasons why they ceded their presidential ticket to the south, I doubt if he has done that. And today it's beginning to raise dust as to why they are zoning the ticket to the south. Now, mind you that Atiku is from the north, right? Now, if Atiku is from the north, and then contestants are all coming from south, is that not supposed to even be an advantage for him in the first place? But this is where we are now. Atiku once more talking from the two sides of his mouth, because first and foremost, when Obi was in that particular political party, the figures we are hearing is that Atiku himself was one of those that make Obi to understand that there's going to be a level playground for everybody. Now, if there's a level playground for everybody, and then Obi emerge in the ADC, what is Atiku trying to tell us now as far as this particular headline is concerned? Is he now making us understand that if Obi or any other aspirant from the south has emerged in the ADC on that level playground that he wants us to believe would have been in the ADC, that he would have supported the candidate? Because what Atiku has succeeded in doing now is just shooting himself on the foot, if you ask me. Because you have always made us understand that the ADC is a party with democratic values. So by the time you begin to tell us that there are some candidates from a particular section who should not run in the election, because this is basically what he is saying, then it automatically means that Atiku is not, projecting what he wants us to believe.
But is zoning the presidential ticket the best approach in maintaining balance in political Nigeria? Okay,
now for Atiku himself, he is not even saying that zoning should not be a part of our our political system moving forward. That's not even what he's saying. He is trying to make us understand that it should be about not as far as no other political party is concerned outside the APC, because we are expecting that the current president under the umbrella of the APC is going to have a free ride into the polls representing the APC. Now, he is talking about every other political party coming against the president should zone the ticket to the north. So basically, the issue of whether we should abandon zoning or we should go by meritocracy, whether we should go by zoning or we should go by meritocracy, does not even come in. That's not even what Atiku Abubakar is saying. If I should read his sleeve very well, this is just a direct attack on NDC as a singular political party. If you watch that particular interview, you will see that he is not even concerned about any other political party, just about the NDC. So if it's yet to come over, if it's yet to come over the fact that Obi is no longer in their camp or his camp, is what we don't know. Because there were insinuations that he wanted a situation where he would be the presidential flag bearer of the ADC, while Obi becomes his running mate, which Obi has made us understand over time that he has gone beyond being a running mate to anybody, which eventually led him abandoning the ship for Atiku Abubakar. So can Atiku Abubakar, for one, face his business and allow Obi to rest? Can he face his business and allow the NDC to rest? And that's what I think he should do.
But, okay, as an analyst, zoning the presidential ticket to the south, will it guarantee the south winning the upcoming election? Well,
there's nothing that is guaranteed here, because we are not in the minds of the voters. Yes, because voters, we have a lot of aspirants across the north and south divide. So at the end of the day, they are going to present their manifesto. The parties are going to present their manifesto. The candidates are going to present their manifesto. And then we are expecting that the voters are going to make informed judgments.
Thank you so much, Vincent. Thank you so much for your analysis.
Thank you, Chidera.
We have come to the end of today's State of the Matters. And to our amazing viewers, Thank you for joining us in this segment. Do have a beautiful day.